Hey, what's up everybody? This is James and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about a new RGB light from Viltrox that I got. It is the RB10. Now this light was sent to me from a company that wanted me to do a review and talk about my thoughts about the light. There was no strings attached or anything like that, nor do I expect to get any other product from or anything like that. But hey, if I do, then I do. But I'm going to be honest with my views. Even if it's going to tick them off, I'm still going to be honest with my review. And I will talk about the light and how I really feel about the light. But first, let's go ahead and get an unboxing done here. As you can see, I'm opening the box here. And inside, you get the light inside an official Viltrox box. So far, the packaging was good. They had those big bubble packs in there that made it safe for shipping. Okay, once you open up the box, you pretty much got, the typical stuff that's in the box, the manual and other, registration, blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the important stuff. One thing I really like about this light, it actually comes with a battery and a charger for you. And it uses the same NF batteries that you use on most lights. Portable lights that take batteries and stuff. So that's good. Okay, up next we got a mount for your camera, and well, it could be for your camera or it could be for your rig or whatever. It's a pretty good mount. It is plasticky, but it's a pretty good one. And of course, after all that unboxing, you finally get the light, and I finally got it out, and this is what it looks like. And that's pretty much it for the unboxing of this. Now let me go ahead and go on with the review. Okay, now you might want to know what kind of uses that you can have for this light. There's plenty of uses that you can have for this light. Like right now, I'm currently using it right now. You want to know how? Well, it's not my main light right there. It's definitely not that light. It is actually behind me. Okay, so you see a couple of lights behind me. And one is you have that @ sign right there. And the other one is the black light over here. And then up above that is actually the RGB light from Viltrox. So it looks pretty good up there. That's not the only use you can have, you can use with that. There's plenty of other uses that you could do with that. So let's go ahead and get that light now. Alright, here's the light here. It's a pretty nice light. Right now I got it set up on the blue color. Of course, it has many different colors. One thing cool about this light that I really like is that if you push the button back here, it automatically just cycles through all the colors. As you can see right there, it's siphoning through all the colors. I like the colors that's coming out of it. I think the colors are really nice. I like how it'll get really, really blue or really, really red or really, really green. And I also like the fact that it'll get a little bit of red or a little bit of green, which ends up turning out to look like pink and, of course, purple and all the other colors on here. And you also have orange and stuff like that. Okay, another thing that I like about it is that you see these little latches on the side here. Okay, those little, let me get a nice, there we go. Alright, you see these little latches right here? Those are basically so that you can put multiple ones together. Like you could buy, 3, 4, whatever, however many you want to put together and put them side by side, and like you can have several of them and stuff like that, which I think that's pretty neat to be able to do that. I also took some video at nighttime so that you will see how it does at nighttime whenever it's really dark outside and stuff. Oh, by the way, this was filmed with the Panasonic G7 mainly because of the flip screen. It just made things easier, so I just went ahead and used the G7. The rest of this video was filmed with the Sony A7 III. Just in case you're wondering, I'm using the Panasonic G7 phone app to control the camera. I didn't want you to think that I was controlling the light with an app. Would have been nice if they had that function. And good God, do I look evil. Okay, this is how much it fills up my driveway with light. So it does a pretty good job. So if you're in a large room, it'll do okay. But I highly recommend you buying a couple of lights to really light up a large room. It does great for average size rooms or medium rooms or even small rooms. And again, the colors, now you can change the settings on them. Some of them will be kind of a light color, and then some of them will be like really red like this. But you can kind of keep twisting a knob and it'll lighten up the color some, to the point where it's not so intense like you see right here. Okay, now let's say that you want to add color to the background, but you don't want no color on you. That's very simple. All you have to do is place the light behind you and put a regular light in front of you. That will light you up and not spill a lot of color on you, and your background will have a lot of different colors. Okay, I was going to end this video, but there was a couple of things that I found out about the light by accident, and I was just sitting here playing around with it, and I'm surprised I didn't figure it out during the whole time that I've been testing this light and stuff. If you long press the button, it would actually let you change the how dim it is and how bright it is, which is pretty good, and I'll let you go all the way down to like 20%. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, but yeah, I'll let you go to 20% and then all the way up to 100. Originally that was originally that was one of my gripes about this light, is that it didn't do 100%, and I guess now I don't have no gripes about it. Let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go ahead. I'm going to turn out my key light here and also let you see how it is for, in a studio and how it lights up this room and stuff. So let me go ahead and do that. Now, I went ahead and set it to 5100K, and it gave me that really bright light. And it does get pretty bright. Let me see. Oh, yeah. 5100K, it does do a pretty good job. So I ended up finding out a few things that I didn't know originally. So this is actually doing a really good job, and it's pretty bright too. As you can see right here, it's at 100% and it's at 51K. That's how you get the white light on here. Now if I long press again on the button, it'll take you back to the color lights. And right now it's like on 99. You start turning and it'll go through all the colors. But if you press and hold the button, you'll go back to the light here, and you can change the intensity. Now if you press it again, it'll go down to the bottom number, and you can change the bottom number. It'll go from like 2500K, which it gives you the kind of like the warm tone color, and it'll take you all the way up to 8500K, which is give you kind of like a bluish kind of color, kind of like a cool temperature color. So I think that's really neat. And of course, if you take it down to 5100K or 50K, basically, you get the plain white light if that's what you want, just regular color and stuff. So I'm gonna take this outside and I'm gonna use the Panasonic. By the way, most of this video is in Sony A7 III, but I take my Panasonic outside because it's pretty much easy to use because it's flippy screen and I got to use a monitor or anything like that. So I'll be taking my Panasonic G7 outside and I'll be testing it with this light and stuff. So to tell you the truth, Sony's low light capability is awesome anyway. So you get I think the Panasonic with this Micro Four Thirds sensor is a little bit more better of a test subject than Sony, because it's kind of unfair to use a Sony anyway. So we all know that. Anyway, so let's go ahead and go back outside and test this light out again with the different settings. Also, while I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and compare it up against my other lights that I have. Sorry about the focusing issue there. Alright, for the first test, I'm going to be testing it up against the YN216. That light right there is a pretty powerful light. And all of these lights are going to have a diffuser on them. Okay, this is what it looks like without any light. Now this is what it looks like with the YN216 light. Before I forget, my camera settings is as follows. It is filmed in 4K with the ISO of 800, the shutter speed is 50, and the f-start, or in other words aperture, is at 1.7. As you can see right here, the YN216 light lights up the driveway really well. This is one of the reasons why I highly recommend this light for like weddings and stuff like that. Okay, sorry for the camera shake, but this is me switching from the YN216 light to the Viltrox RB 10 light. And as you can see, it doesn't light up my driveway as good as the YN216 light. But as you can see, it still does a really good job. It holds its own. And depending on what situation you might be in, the YN216 light might be a little too bright, and this right here will be a perfect solution. Up next, we're going to test it with this old LED light that I got here. It was a pretty cheap light. I think I paid like around 20 bucks for it. And that light is the LD160. Before I show you that light, let's go ahead and go back and remember what the Viltrox RB10 light looked like. And now this is the light from the LD160. As you can see, not as bright as a YN216 light, but pretty darn close to it. What this light right here has over both of those lights is RGB capabilities, or how it could change colors and something like that. And that's basically what this is about. This is what this is for, is to change colors. Now, when I went out there and test, I went ahead and did a whole bunch of tests. I even did a distance test of how much it would light up a driveway. My driveway out there. My driveway is kind of long. Not real long, but it's kind of long, so I was able to do a test to see how much of that driveway it would actually light up. And I actually did a test of how far I could go back and still be in focus and still be lit up. My final thoughts on this light, I highly recommend this light. And again, I was going to give this light a 4 out of 5 stars, but I had to change my mind on that. I would have to say I would give this 4.5 stars. And I only say half because there is one thing about this. The build quality does seem a little cheap because it's like really plasticky. That's the only reason why I would take back a half a star on it. But ignore that. Ignore the fact that it does seem like a cheap build. Just ignore that part of it because it is a really fantastic light. And I know if I'm actually planning on buying like a few more of these lights, and and lining them up. And this is the light that I would be taking on music videos, short films, like for instance, if you're doing a short film and you want to get do a dark scene or something like that, this is great to have, to get that dark scene, to get that look, that moody look and everything. You definitely want to do that. But yeah, anytime you're doing short films, you need a light like this. Or you're doing music videos, you want a light like this. For weddings, unless you're going for a certain style, you don't. This is you'd be better off getting one of these lights for weddings, you know, or a more powerful light than this. But if you're doing weddings on a budget, I would start out with these lights. And even if you're not doing on a budget, these lights are beautiful. These lights are wonderful. I highly recommend these lights for weddings and stuff like that. But this right here, I would highly recommend this light right here for music videos and short films. That's what you want to use this for. And not only that, of course, you know, you're doing studio lights and you want to do something in the studio, this right here is definitely recommended for that as well. You know, because you put some backlighting in the studio and stuff like that. Hey, that's what you would use this for. You know, so studio work, short films, music videos, highly recommend it. Only 40 bucks. 40 bucks. You know, so definitely should get this. And if you only doing weddings and that's all you doing, you don't necessarily need this, but should get it anyways, because you never know when you're going to need an RGB light. So anyways, that's it for this video. And I'm pleasantly surprised that I end up changing my thoughts on it, my final thoughts on it, because earlier my final thoughts was like, it's a good light. I like it. It was color. It's a pretty good light. I would have gave it 4 out of 5, but I was really surprised whenever it actually did dim the light, and I was surprised at how bright this was outside. You know, with dimming the light and 100% and stuff like that. So I was pleasantly surprised out there. Anyways, that's it for this video. Until next time, peace out and live long and prosper.